Hi, everybody, and welcome to Phandalin by Night. We are so excited that you're here to join us. We have things happening. Our monk was revived, maybe at the cost of the cleric, or there is a price that was paid. We're not sure what that looks like. Our heroes have been trapped in a alternate dimension / plane of reality for at least 6 weeks. And they don't know about the world they're about to return to. This might just be the rest of our campaign is like hanging out in Whimsy's childhood home. We're not totally sure. Thank you for watching, if you're watching. I'm going to go and get my players to introduce themselves, and then we'll get into our story. So let's go to Nikki.
Howdy, everybody. Nikki here. I'll be playing Denny, the Tiefling Bard. And sorry, I'm yet again not in purple makeup. I do have some now, but I have a seance right after this, so I didn't think it was appropriate to show up already dressed as a demon. So next week, I'll be back to normal. Thank you so much.
Yeah, 100, no judgments at all. Either way, that's fine. Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I play Whimsy, the Tiefling Warlock, and he's about tired of having everyone over in his childhood home. He wants everyone alive and back in the real world, and preferably not in the middle of that same fight
Get
again.
out of my stuff.
Touching my stuff.
Touching my stuff.
Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean, played non-human paladin, and he's just glad to be back in touch with his deity, because that wasn't cool.
It's been a rough few weeks if you're a paladin and can't be in touch with the big guy. I understand. Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I am playing Sangane, who is only mostly dead. Maybe.
Ish.
No, Billy Crystal on the case.
Completely. Najra.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I play Jord, the fire genasi monk that it's alive again. So it's gonna be a fun time from now on.
It is going to be excellent. Sarah.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'll be playing Graja Rage Rock, the half-orc barbarian. And Jart is alive, but Graja might accidentally crush them to death with her hug. So I'm sorry about that in advance.
Low hit points to start. Be gentle, be gentle. And I am Sarah. I am your DM. And let's get right into it. So when last we met our heroes, Graja had time to think about her attachment to her newly chosen family after a conversation with her mom. Sangane, the real Sangane, was tried in a court of deities. And after finding out about his punishment, or maybe refinding out about it, we're not totally sure. There's some history. There's lots of history, millennia of history. He is sent back to the realm of security, to Whimsy's realm of security, which sounds like a super awesome, like Five Nights at Freddy's level, Whimsy's realm of security. To the rest of the party, though, Sangane had been gone for weeks, but he believed he had been sent back to the moment he left. At the end of our session, Jart was resurrected. Our monk is back and returned to us, and her spirit was pulled back or enticed back through the divine gate. It was at the cost of something even more significant than the diamond that was used. The Lathander's diamond that was granted this special spell. So as Jart's chest, you guys are all watching, as Jart's chest expands with breath, the embers of their neck glow brightly. It is a welcome sight. And as you're watching that, you see Sangane fall back onto the floor. The Raven Queen's arms reach out and grab him as he falls backwards, and her feather cloak covers over the both of them, obscuring him from view.
Again.
Okay, Denny didn't notice anything because I rolled a 1. So
Sure.
Denny is so inconsolable about Jart coming back that I am just like buried in like on Jart's chest, like crying my eyes out. I'm so happy she's back. I do
And
not
Graja's just over Denny and Jart like some kind of like large tarp, just like laying her arms across both of them and trying to be stoic this time, trying to just not cry and just be like, okay, we did something. And I'm not sure that she's necessarily seen Sangane fall back yet either.
Can
Okay.
can Nine like not aggressively like grab the Waving Queen and like what are you doing?
You go to touch her, and you feel the feathers, but it doesn't feel like there's much substance under. It's like a pillow. It's not like there's something you can grab onto. And even if you try to pull the cloak, it's just like more billows out.
Dope book.
Whimsy?
Not the goddess of death.
No part of Sangane's showing out from under. She like completely engulfed him.
Her cloak completely covers the both of them. But Jart's breathing.
she
Opening an
conscious?
eye like,
I mean, I guess roll to see if she's
oh,
conscious.
It
Like,
hurts. Jart, your body aches. Like when you've had the flu for a week and then you go to like, oh, I need to go grocery shopping. I've got to like get some stuff done. And you go to stand up and just even like walking to the bathroom wins you.
yeah.
You have deep exhaustion.
Like she instinctually tries to like lift her arms, but she can't because she has like two people on her. So like,
And feel my legs.
oh,
And Denny's going to just kind of gather himself a little bit and kind of step away and just like look at Jart and be like, are you back? Am I hallucinating? Are you okay?
yeah, I think that thing just knocked me down.
Yeah, it knocked you down pretty good. Uh-huh. And then he's gonna take a step back to to give Graja some room as well.
Graja sort of lays her hands on Jart's shoulder and kind of like looks them in the eye like for a while and is just like, you're really here. It really worked?
Yeah, probably Sangane healed me or something. And it's gonna start like trying to like stand up very slowly.
And as you do, you look around and you're not in the cave, although there is a similar kind of bioluminescence that you can see out one of the doors. This is a beautifully carved wood home that is full of bright colors and textures, beautiful smells of flowers and spices. Velvets and silks adorn the walls, beautiful tapestries, telling the story all of like this same kind of like orange haired, robed archfey, and like all of his exploits, like if he had movie posters of himself all over the place. And as you're looking around, this is opulent. This is the most opulent nature. Like this is glamping to the extreme.
And the black totem of like feathers, black feathers.
And just to the
next
side
to
of
me.
you,
Yeah.
Yes, this black flowing fall of feathers of a cloak of somebody kind of hunched over facing away from you.
George's gonna lift up her arms and like, what's that? Do we have to fight it?
I feel like Nine's just gonna try to reach in there and grab, see if he can find Sangani. Like
And
he's focused on that now.
and your focus is entirely on trying to figure out what the Raven Queen, who said she was just here to watch and not
Yeah.
interfere, and all of a sudden she's all in the business. What's the situation?
Yeah.
Sangane, as you fall backwards, the painted red lips of porcelain touch yours as she gathers you in her arms. And she breathes a promise that forges a pact between you. At once, your body twitches as new magic enters and shifts the essence of your connection to the mortal plane. Her cloak folds back as Nine goes to reach in a second time. And you all see Sangane, his blue scaled skin paler than a few seconds ago, and his lips dark blue. There's a coldness to his eyes, but he is sitting up.
I'm cyanotic. I'll saw myself up.
We look similar.
In some ways, they look equally exhausted. None of you have seen a revivify or resurrection ritual before. Perhaps this is the cost. Perhaps this is what this normally looks like, but they both look wrecked. But alive, up.
Is the Raven Queen gone or is she still there?
She's still sitting beside Sangane, and as you're like reaching in, she stands up and stands near the back of the room. And she takes in all of you with her gaze, and her eyes settle on Sangane. She says, well, I suppose we'll be seeing each other a lot more often now. That's for the best. Thank you for your service and all the services you'll be providing.
Nine's gonna ask, what does that mean?
He'll find out. I mean, I would assume that you know what it is to be in the service of someone as great as I.
I know what it's like to be in service, but not necessarily like somebody like you.
Shade. It got real dark up in this room. She says, no, yours is a bit different, I guess, than me. And his connection to me will be different also, but fear not, I have taken nothing from you that you didn't already have. I should get back. I suspect you all should too. I'm sure there is many changes since we all were last there. And she turns on her heel, and the black feathers fall off of her cloak and disappear in the air, and she's gone.
Man, your girlfriend's really creepy.
Sangane, you okay over there? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine. I just got the breath knocked out of me.
You sure about that? You're right.
You
Why don't we
can
get
make
you on
a
your feet, pal?
I think so. Honestly, I don't
Alright.
remember much of it.
Yeah, you seem to be having a bit of an issue with your memory lately. I don't
No,
blame you.
I remember the ritual. Jart, but how did it work?
George sitting, kind of like haphazardly sitting with her arms up, but like she can barely keep them up.
Well, look at that.
So I have a few questions.
Welcome back.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Where are we?
My house.
Yeah, this
Oh.
is Whimsy's place. That's why it's so weird. Not
You're
that I know
weird.
why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whimsy's fun house of mirrors here. Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Blue Box RPG. Thank you for the raid.
Box.
Hey.
So as Jart is sitting up for the first time, her body previously lifeless, it has been weeks that most of you have been with her corpse. And as her embers under her fire genasi neck glow brightly, with each breath kind of stoking a little bit more, spreading and growing, you feel the warmth of her body. She definitely has some questions about what has happened and where you all are.
I'm gonna stand up, like probably holding up to Graja's arm. Okay, so we were at the cave. Oh, the dagger. Are we gonna start looking for the dagger?
You touch the sides where your sheath normally is. You look around. The dagger's not on you.
Okay. How did we get here?
I'm not
Whimsy pressed the button.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to tell you this, John, so I'm just gonna say it. You died, and we panicked, and then Whimsy pressed the button on that rod thing, and now we're here, and now you're not dead. That's basically all that happened.
We almost all died.
Yeah. Also, we all hallucinated some stuff, but that's a different story. The important thing
Secret
is,
self,
I'm not dead.
We got into the Whimsy's stash and everything just kind of weird.
Those mushrooms are great. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Yeah, welcome to the Feywild, where the air is 80% LSD.
That explains a lot.
All right. Okay. And are the people okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
You saved
the
the people.
They
Make
came
sure.
with us.
They're all here. They're in the mess hall. They're playing checkers or something. They do weird town people stuff.
Yeah, at least it was worth it, I guess. And how were you guys?
Well,
Emotionally traumatized.
you know, we've grown as people due to various hallucinations. Grown closer as a group. Not entirely sure what's going on with Sangane. He was gone for like 6 weeks and he doesn't remember it. And there was that lady with the robe just now with the feathers. Fashion icon, by the way. Not entirely sure what's going on with that either. But Sangane's back now, so I say we just forget everything that just happened and go back to the real world because I'm starting to freak out just a little bit. I don't like this anymore. I would like to go back now, please.
I have a quick question for Sangane. Whimsy sort of turns and side-eyes him. How old are you?
I
Make a medicine check.
This many.
I am, yes.
I'm an elf, so I don't know, 150. Where's my sheet?
Per old D&D lore, an elf doesn't leave its parents until
18.
it's 100.
Kind of looking at your body and just kind of you're fully grown, you're an elf. You don't have a ton of crow's feet. You're probably in like that 150, 200 range, maybe.
100? 150? I don't know.
Johnny, how are you feeling, friend?
Well, I'm here. I'm glad that Jart is back with us.
And
Sangane also with sorry, Sarah, with a roll of 18, as you're just kind of looking over your body and you're just kind of checking, it occurs to you that your heart isn't beating. You have no pulse.
I was waiting to surprise them with that. Yeah, so he's not
is
actually.
alarming. I was gonna say, I think Graja, as Sangane is sort of like doing this check in with himself, she kind of pivots from Jart, still wanting, like, providing her arm to Jart so that for stabilization purposes, but she similarly, like, puts a large hand on Sangane's shoulder and sort of like squeezes a bit and is like,
But you're really here, and everything is. You're like
He
regular,
is-
normal Sangane.
As you squeeze, he's wearing these purple silks that he had gathered from that crate.
Oh yeah.
And
Forgot about
and
those.
they don't carry they're not, they're silk. They're not a thick wool. As you grab his shoulder, his skin is ice cold under your grip.
What? Why are you so cold? It's kind of warm in here. Are you sure?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a lizard and I warm up to the environment.
He does have
No,
scales.
I don't think so.
I mean, I kind of have scales a little. I don't know.
I think we should get you in front of a fire, mate.
But Jart is back. That's
I
important.
think we should get you in front of Jot, mate.
Jart's neck embers burst a little bit brighter.
And she starts being like a little bit warmer, like a heater.
Okay, but I think Denny is right though. I think we've kind of overstayed our welcome, and we should try to get the villagers back home, and then there are a lot of things waiting for us. Or I don't know when it's gonna be when we get back. That doesn't make sense. I'm not
How
sure.
about you give me like about an hour?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
catch
let's
my
The
breath.
buffet's over in the other room. Like, fill your boots, definitely. I recommend the crepes. They are to die for, not literally. But yeah, definitely you need some actual healing time now that you're, alive.
And as you mentioned crepes, you guys hear the little patter of feet as our little friend comes running in, and he goes, "Guess what? They made pancakes!" And he has this little plate of stacked high, like little droop size. They made him like little kid size pancakes. And he drops the plate. It shatters as he sees Jart sitting up and runs and gives you like this huge tackle hug and just like sobs into your shoulder and just hugs you so tight.
Hey, Droop.
What? This is the best. Are you ready for pancakes? I dropped the pancakes. I can get more pancakes for you.
How about we both go and get some pancakes?
Pancakes and Jart pancakes. These are the best pancakes. And he grabs your hand and tries to help you to stand up, and he's going to lead you over to the food area, the mess kitchen
Yeah, I'm gonna take basically a short rest while we're
Okay.
at it and regain some hit points.
And as Jart and Droop go wandering down the mess hall, what are the rest of you doing? Are you gonna stay, have a conversation, pack up your stuff? What's the plan?
Oh, actually, yeah, I should have healed Jart.
What? Sorry, just really quick.
Whoops.
I'm forgetting what happens to a character when they're revived. Like, is it like they're just up to like 1 hit point, or?
Typically they're up to 1 hit point, is how that generally works. I would say after the length of time that Jart has been dead, there is probably at least 2 levels of exhaustion. And it only, like, I'm limiting it to 2 because Sangana had cast Gentle Repose right off the bat. Otherwise, that would be significantly more.
Okay.
And
Then, yeah.
remember that every hour you guys are in the realm of Sanctuary is a hit point additionally regained. So you guys have been full for weeks and weeks. Well, and you guys all had lots of long rest and all of that. 9, what are you up to?
I feel like 9 hearing everybody. He's gonna put up his divine sense again.
Okay, and what does that do?
It just, with all this death and reading,
It
he
detects
doesn't see,
undead.
detects undead.
Sure. I'm just gonna Google something. You just hang tight for a second.
Just have to look at something. Don't mind me.
I'm just
I'd say per the last Mercer update, it shows.
I am spoilers. I am not all caught up, but I know where you're going with this. Yeah, there is undead in the room. There's the same desecrated soul that you had previously seen. It is as concerning as it was previous.
So it's no different. No, nothing's changed. It's pretty much the same.
I guess this depends on how we read what divine sense is. So if we're reading that divine sense gives like a different marker color for every different condition that something has, or if it's just like, hey, is this thing fucked up? Yes or no. If it's this, is this thing fucked up, then yes, Sangane still gets that same hit that you previously got. If
Okay.
it is for every distinct color, then there is something new there.
Is he the only one that I detect undead on?
In the current vicinity.
Okay.
Is there
like
any
30 feet around you?
Is there like any indication that 9 is divine sensing? Like, does that look like anything, or?
There is this brief flash of his eyes, but and we already said that he wasn't wearing his helmet because we could see his quarantine beard.
Oh,
So give me a perception check.
Okay. Sure.
just want me to take my helmet off.
His
I'm
eyes
still
probably
picturing with the
glow up.
helmet on and
Kinda
the beard
do.
coming out the bottom.
Like
Man.
there's
Dude,
2 options.
D&D Beyond freaking hates me so much. 6.
I mean,
Change your dice.
Sean, it's your character. So if your character concept, and this is my fault because I didn't clarify with you previously, if your character concept was totally like Mando, he never takes his mask off in public, then no, his mask isn't off. You guys can just see like his little scraggly beard underneath the mask.
Yeah.
Is that your concept, that he never takes his mask off? Okay, then I apologize. With a 6, Graja, you don't notice the flash of his eyes. Your attention is still like watching Droop walk Jart out the door towards the pancakes.
Yeah,
Pancakes
fair
are
enough.
distracting.
I mean, Jart is Jart is pulling her attention, and then I think also Sangane. Like, I think she has this just like residual cold feeling on her hand, and she's just like, what the hell is going on here? And you said, go ahead.
I was going to say, and because you've never seen that resurrection ritual, like maybe you need to be super worried about Sangane. You don't know how, like, what this took of him in order to be able to give, life force. Did that take life force from him? Does it take him to the brink? Like, is this what you guys should expect every time? Because in your mind, as like a barbarian and a battle master, you're then going, oh my God, if one of us goes down in battle and he will go down like this the next time, this is not good. Like, we need to be able to plan appropriately for this circumstance. Your brain is going in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I think she's just, like a lot of gears turning for Graja. Very distracted attention. Where is Denny? Is Denny in pancake mode, or?
Denny is just kind of standing next to where Jart was laying. And he's like trying to like gather himself together because Denny is kind of freaking out. Like, he's definitely not experienced anything like this before. He grew up in a small town. He was pretty sheltered. There was no music. It was very weird. And he's not really sure how to take everything that's going on. It's just kind of coming to a head for him. So he's just trying to taking a moment to gather his thoughts, basically.
And I think if Graja sees that distress at all, like, she would kind of, after like sort of lingering by Sangane a minute, would go over to Denny and be like,
It's gonna be okay. Everybody's back together now.
You're right.
I know it's really a lot of stuff has happened, and there's still a lot of stuff that's coming, but I feel better because it's all of us. We can do it, right?
It does feel much better now that we're all back together. And I think you're right. I gonna go eat some pancakes. Pancakes always make me feel better.
I wanted to say you did a really good job on that clothing for Jart.
Thank you. Some of my best work.
and then Graja will let Denny go there.
And
pancakes.
Sorry, Denny's going to get pancakes?
Yeah.
And Graja, are you going to get pancakes? You're going to stay with the group a little bit longer?
I think I'm staying with the group a little bit longer. I think I want to make sure Jart and Drew get their fill. Also, yeah, critical drinking. Thanks for the raid, y'all.
Yeah, thank you for the raid, you guys.
Thank you so much.
I didn't want to interrupt you guys, but I meant to say that.
Fair enough. Cool.
So yeah, Jart is gone, Denny's gone, Droop is gone, heading down towards the pancake station. Breakfast foods are a continuing theme for our party. Whimsy, 9, you two both have information about Sangane or bits of curiousness.
I would like to go up to him.
Yeah.
I'd go up to Sangane. I'd pretty much go sit right next to him. Or if he's, I'm like, oh, without context, I'd be like, how do I help you?
I don't know exactly. I mean, I remember, I guess, the porcelain lady's embrace. I remember, I guess, a connection. And honestly, I feel stronger connected now that I have I guess, a face to the abilities that I have. So that's, I guess, a positive. The everything else is just a mist in time, and I mean, it's probably this place as well. It's probably just messing with everything. No offense, Whimsy.
Yeah,
It's a lovely place. I just the timing of I mean, I was gone for apparently 6 weeks, and I didn't even realize I was gone.
And like I told you before, I sense some things in you. Not all bad, not all good, but your aura seems to be desecrated. And
I suspect that might now be the connection to the Raven Queen.
and would you be okay with that? Just not
I'm on my own 2 feet. I was able to help in some small way to pull Jart back from the beyond.
thank you for that.
I don't know how much I did alone. I think I just merely pleaded a case. And we have a town to save when we're ready to, I guess, if we can never actually figure out how to get out of here.
That is true. And we will help them, but
I mean, I don't feel any different, but I do. The obvious issues that I think you're picking up on.
Yeah.
It feels strange. Don't get me wrong. I'm not kind of pretend that there's nothing going on, but I'm not entirely sure what to do about it. And I don't
Yeah.
think conventional magics will be of any use, especially if the Queen of Death herself is involved. Maybe this is part of the mantle that I'm wearing now.
Well, if ever you do need some help, like I said, I do see good in you. I'll always be right here. So
Sangani offers out his hand.
Nine kind of grabs his forearm, like
That whole we're looking
Yeah.
for,
It's
the
cold.
plague bumps. We're
Yeah,
looking for plague bumps just to make sure.
It's cold to the touch. But you yourself, despite, having a divine connection, Nine, you've never done a revivify. You've never seen that. And I mean, you can roll a religion check, but it's possible that this could just be kind of some of the after effects. That sometimes as you cast different spells,
Yeah.
they affect you. Could be something to do with that.
Yeah, I think Nine's goal just right now is make sure Singani's okay, because he does want to help him. He sees good in him, but like he's worried about that desecrated soul type. Yeah.
It's a big deal like that. That it is maybe the only person you've run across that has this situation going on. You've been in places, like physical places, where something so horrible has happened that the earth itself, that nature itself has claimed like an off-limit zone. You've never seen that in a person before. Whimsy, you're sitting there watching as these two fellows offer each other help and make some kind of connection. but there is also Oberon's voice and your training and your understanding of the way the world works. What is your thinking here?
Whimsy's keeping his own counsel right now. He tried asking about the age thing, and all he got from that was that there's not enough memory there for him to answer the questions. It's an answer he won't get from Sangane himself, so he's just sitting back, listening closely to the conversation, but keeping his own counsel for now, because he doesn't want to throw anyone under the bus and cause undue worry, but he's definitely going to be keeping a side eye on Sangane.
Thank you, Captain Rockhab, for the raid. And Whimsy, as you stand there, watching, for a few moments, there is just this, okay, this is the new reality. Everybody's back together. You can hear Droop like laughing from down the stairs and away. What are your plans, Whimsy? You control the realm of Sanctuary. What would be your plans for sending everybody back to the prime material plane?
He's going to try and pack up some of the food, although he has his suspicions that a lot of things won't transfer with them across the realms. But he's going to start preparing to transfer everyone back now that they have gods and magic again, allowing them to. So he's going to sort of slink off down the stairs and maybe start preparing to transport everyone back and gather them at the pool in the middle.
Does anybody have anything that they need to do or would like to do before anything of special to note? Conversations?
I feel like
Things are-
Nine would look for like Oberon. He's like, where's this button gonna take us?
Are you just calling out, or are you going to ask Whimsy?
Ask Whimsy, Oberon if he's right there. Yeah, somebody, because he's kind of curious. Is he gonna have to like jump back in, shield and sword out?
If he's asking Whimsy, Whimsy's just like, I honestly don't know. I pressed the button for the first time when we came here. I didn't know where it was going to bring us. All I knew was it was safety. And apparently this is my idea of safety.
Well, I didn't even know you had it. So, like, does anybody know what this item is, where it's going to spit us out at? Like, or is it
Anybody who's proficient in Arcana can make an Arcana check.
Not my thing.
It's not
Whimsy
me.
whips it out and just sort of looks at it.
Whimsy, as you're looking at it, you notice that there is like a little LED panel, a timer that is counting down.
like Marty McFly transport over here?
I
22.
can tell you.
22. Jeez.
Okay, let me open my calculator and tell you exactly how many. 6, 12.
Oh, right now.
It's 80085.
That's right. It just says it's constantly boobs. It goes down to 4 and springs back up to 5. It says 12.
Shakes it a bit.
Shakes it. 11. Shakes it.
Shit.
10.
Just says 12.
Before we go, like
Not
George's
even sure
gonna,
what that means.
while everyone's gathering, George's gonna probably come back, just like hand around, like arm around Danny's shoulder, and thanking him for the badass new robe. She's gonna be like, I know, I think we should check what we have and what we've taken this past few weeks before we go, now that we're in a safe place. Because we've gotten some potions and some other items that I think should be helpful so this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah, I
in,
agree.
stop and take inventory.
Yes, we should have 2 potions of healing. I don't know who has them.
I do.
1 blue potion that I don't know what it does.
This is like an aquamarine potion.
Yeah,
Does anybody have the spell identify?
I don't.
Don't think so.
If I kind of teased it,
Don't you dare.
Yeah, absolutely. Just rub it
like,
along your
pinky.
gums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's pure. It's pure stuff.
Doesn't seem to do anything for you.
okay.
No apparent effect for you.
We took a bag from the Otuk, I think it was. The former magician dwarf corrupted creature with other 3 potions that we haven't checked either.
So, as we're going over this, Sangane, did I give you that manual? Did I give that to, did Graja give that to Sangane?
The rock book thingy.
No, I don't think you actually ever got around to it.
Oh,
Because I think
okay.
everything else happened.
Right. So I do have that manual of Stone Golem.
Oh yeah. Right.
Interesting.
We have 6 potions. 2 we know are healing. 4 that we don't know what they do.
I have 1 charge left on my ointment.
And you have.
Just 1 though.
So how about we give 1 healing potion to the paladin? So
I
he
think
can.
I have 1 greater
Potion?
healing potion.
Oh.
So
okay.
You came with a
and-
greater healing.
Yeah, I
potion.
came with it.
Okay. So 1 for Whimsy and 1 for Denny?
Sure.
And give those to
Or-
somebody else.
Or 1
All right.
for.
So Wimpy, you get 1. I'll take 1 off mine.
So just a regular healing potion?
Yeah.
And Graja has the ointment, which works like a healing potion.
Uh-huh.
And
One
Sangane
more
can
use.
heal.
Yeah.
And we have 4 potions that we don't know what they do.
It's true.
Oh, my other thought was, is there anything here that I don't know, because it's Whimsy and Oberon's like place, like anything we were supposed to loot or take or boxes or I don't know.
He
I'm
said
not saying I don't
touch
want to
his
steal
stuff.
anything, but
Yeah,
I
this
didn't
is
know
going
if
up
there
with
was
me.
like.
I said, don't touch my stuff.
No, don't get
Just
out of there.
checking.
Get out of my closet. What the hell?
To the pile of random stuff everyone's looking at, Whimsy drops the Rod of Security / clicky stick of Magic House. What I have written down as a dope raven flute that he picked up in that last cave. He's got a book written in Dwarvish, vial of dragon bile, and some mercury, and powdered nightshade, and he flops the portable hole down on top of it.
And as you do, the fabric unfurls and turns into what looks like a huge, maybe 8-foot round, almost tablecloth, except for it being a solid surface. It looks hollow. That's weird. It's not fabric on the top.
It is a pocket square.
It's hollow.
Okay.
It looks like a hole.
Yeah. But like jaggedy and weird because there's a bunch of stuff piled under it.
I'm gonna climb in it.
Oh,
Are you
God.
going to?
You're climbing in a hole.
Hey, look
in
at
a-
me.
Why does
Weird
everybody want to die all the time?
Dark in a bag. The porta cleric.
I grab him.
Yeah, I
before-
try to grab his.
Oh, fine.
Gane, no.
Then
Yeah.
he's gonna walk in eating
Oh my
pancakes,
God.
like, what is happening?
We're just
Wait.
running an inventory thing.
Whimsy's having an
a,
existential crisis.
We had a sword.
Ah!
Why am I the responsible one?
We had a
Sign up for that.
sword that had wings and a gem that Sangane thought about taking, but he didn't take. I don't know if Denny, you can use it.
Have
Yeah,
I
I'll take
told
it.
you guys what these things are?
No, it was like a sword with with wings and a gem and
Yeah, the sword with
writing,
wings we got from
and
the,
it was called Aeliforn.
the freaky thing that you didn't want me talking to.
The Nothic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we took that from the Nothic, and the sword
Yeah.
the sword had a written name. It was the
Yeah.
Aeliforn.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. We had a
Hmm.
jade statuette of a frog that I think Denny has it.
Yeah, that's a jade frog.
We have medic. Each one has a few medic packs. Two. And that's what I have about like loot wise.
Okay. So who's taking what?
Whimsy takes back his stuff.
Whimsy
Yeah.
reaches
Showing
off
under
his bullshit.
under the tablecloth and pulls back the rod of security.
And the dope raven flute, which you did tell me what it was called. I just changed the name in my item to dope raven flute.
Sure. Do you have the actual, like, did you just
I
change the
have
name
the
of the
full
item?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what
I
it
just
is?
changed it. Yeah.
Okay.
And
It does look like a dope raven flute, like no lie. Here, I can show
Literally,
you guys
that's
a
what
picture.
Whimsy said when he picked it up was dope
Oh.
raven flute.
That is
Nice.
dope.
Yeah.
It is pretty dope. Okay.
And we have
Dope
like
raven
the-
flute.
I just want to know if Danny can use the sword, like if it's one of the swords that Danny can use. So you can swap your rapier for the magical sword that I don't remember what it does.
I'm not sure what it does either. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, then you'll
I
take
think
it.
I think
if
it's
it's
a
something
sword
you
that
can use.
if you wake it, it's gonna fight for you. I think it
Oh.
was
Which one?
the sword that we got from the Nothic.
Nope.
Oh,
Did I tell you how
That's
to
this one.
spell it?
Pulls it
Oh,
out.
you have it.
Yeah, I have this one, but
okay.
Can you use it?
I'm not that comfortable with it. I'm not very good at it. So if someone
Can
else has a
you-
better
And what
skill
type of sword is it?
with a short sword,
Short sword?
Oh, okay. That's one you can't use anymore.
Whimsy's like, I can't use it. I don't want it."
Raja? Can you use a short sword? Are you proficient in short swords?
right? She's proficient in everything. Martial weapons,
Right.
yeah.
Martial weapons, simple weapons.
And monks too. And paladins? Yeah, I think Graja, Jart, or Nine could all use that.
Yeah, but I got the moon touch. It's
Yeah,
Right.
like I have my dagger.
Well, you don't have your dagger, but
Well-
let's hope that you're getting your dagger back.
Yeah.
Okay,
But like I'm more comfortable with my fists
sure.
than weapons, so but like Denny is very good stabbing people with his rapier, so it would
Yeah.
be
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely take the sword. I'll keep my rapier as well for now, but I will also take the short sword. I am proficient in short swords. Short swords.
Okay. Anything else anybody needs to sort? Who's taking the whole tablecloth?
Whimsy is.
Whimsy.
Whimsy takes it back, folds it up, sticks it out of the pocket square.
Yeah. Fancy.
Okay,
Curious
so
about that set of pipes now.
are we
flute.
ready to go
Yeah.
I
back?
think we should definitely have a plan here. Are we just
Non's taking out the shield and the sword just in case.
are
Yeah,
we
he's
are we
like,
sure we're going back to the cave? Like, Whimsy, is that how this works? Like, can
He's
you ask
like,
your dad? Like, is that
Oh,
a
right.
thing?
I did roll a 22 for knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, the switch is pretty binary. It's on or off. So
mm,
You best
Now,
get your best
I
guess.
would imagine that Whimsy had multiple times while Sangane was gone over those 6 weeks where Whimsy would have tried to press it and nothing happened. So there's a chance nothing happens now. But Sangane's back, Jart's here, the world's right, there was pancakes, like maybe the pancakes made it work. Maybe it's
where are the
pancake fueled.
Where are the villagers? Are they just surrounding us like we've gathered them, or what's the?
Yeah, we can say everybody is down at the
Well-
fountain.
Who has the short sword now?
I do.
Okay, so I'll send you a text in the group chat then.
Shinks.
Whimsy sort of tries to arrange people so that our group are surrounding the villagers and they're sort of hunched in the middle in case we do go
Okay.
back into the middle of a battle.
Okay,
So they don't get
Yeah.
picked off.
sure.
I'm all like Spartan stance. Like, yeah, we're
You guys like Avenger style assemble with your backs to the villagers, you guys in a large circle around them.
With the camera going all around us.
That's
right.
Dun, 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 dun.
And everyone going into like fighting pose while the camera goes.
Right.
Yeah, it's very
Alright.
Avengers. We're all
We
ready.
love it. Whimsy, do you click the button?
Yeah. Whimsy sort of looks around at everyone, shrugs, and goes,
And immediately from the center of your stomachs, you feel this instant sharp pulling. And you
the
are
pancakes are fighting back.
Oh, it didn't work.
you all find yourselves immediately back to where you were. Jart, you are in Nine's arms.
Oh.
There
I'm like mid-run.
Oh.
there are cobwebs that hang from every conceivable surface. There is a fine layer of dust that rises as your feet land in this space. The cavern is mostly silent, but you hear the villagers like, what's going on?
Everybody out.
yeah, get the hell out of here.
I'm gonna step
Yeah,
down
I-
of like Nine's arms carefully.
And you get down. Are you guys all leaving?
I'm gonna try to search for the dagger.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Make-
scared and traumatized.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. My passive at 16, just in case.
Okay.
I also rolled an investigation check, and it's a dirty 20.
Ooh. Okay. And you're helping Jart look for the dagger?
Mine
I
is a
think
9.
Raja is trying to like reassure the villagers and sort of like hover around their perimeter to make sure nobody's getting accosted in any way.
Mine it's a 9 because I have disadvantage because of the
Right.
exhaustion.
You're looking for it. Your body is winded. Just even like bending over, you can't take a full breath as your lungs are still trying to like fully expand to accept living breath again. But Denny is right there where you had fallen. And as Denny starts to look around, you find it under like a pile of dirt and rock. And it is not rusted or anything. It is there. sitting on the ground.
All right, Denny's going to pick it up, kind of brush it off, go and hand it back to Jart. Like, found it. Here you go.
Thank you. You are my savior. And
No worries.
we should get out.
Yeah, we should definitely leave. I don't like this place very much.
If I remember correctly, and I don't know if I do, but I think there were 2 out of 3 boxes that were actually looted through quickly before all the shit went down with the Umber Hulks. I want to go to the 3rd box.
You go and there is cobwebs and a thick layer of dust that is over top of them.
Okay.
But you pry it. Are you opening it? You're just gonna break it right open?
Sure.
Just give her.
Go on and give her a bed.
Fantastic. You find 2 small clay stones that have pictures of faces sculpted into them. They're about the size of your palm.
Ooh. Somebody's keepsakes, maybe. Well, I can take them. Just do a quick sweep of the room.
Make a perception or investigation. Are you looking for something specific, or you're just kind of listening for what's going
Just
on?
looking for anything that might have not been picked up. Or actually, you know what? Hold on. Are the bodies still there?
No.
Are there
Not even the ogre?
bones?
No
Are they orcs?
skeletons, no
Okay.
bones, no bodies, no
Ooh,
remains.
yeah, we should leave.
The floor is empty.
Hold on,
And
Denny
there's
wants to make a
cobwebs.
Lots of cobwebs, lots of
Okay,
dust.
dang.
I was
that's
like, is
only
it
12.
dust or is it?
Dust, dirt, debris.
Does Denny
Oh,
see
no.
with a 12? Does Denny see any like drag marks in the dust or footprints or anything?
Leave.
There are some, they go in some different ways. Some of them go south, the majority of them, a few go into the hole that is still right there in the center. The majority of it, though, head towards the side of the cave that you guys hadn't explored. They head west.
I rolled a 21 on my perception.
I think nine's
Just
starting to
listening
usher
around,
people outside.
the cave seems mostly quiet. But sorry, what did you roll? A 21?
21.
You do hear a quiet from outside the cave, entrance.
9 goes in front of the people he's trying to usher out of the cave.
I'm taking the
Yeah,
trail.
Denny's gonna start backing up towards the exit, but like kind of
Yeah.
looking around like he's prepared for something, sword in each hand.
Yep.
I just want to say,
Graja's behind the group, so like 9's in front and then Graja's behind to like
Yep,
herd
yep.
the pack.
the last time we didn't run, I died.
Yeah.
I know, I want
that's
to
good.
leave.
Yeah,
Chart
I'm getting out.
In relation to the villagers, are you at the front or the back with Graja or with 9?
I'm gonna go with 9.
Okay.
I
Whimsy?
need to get out of here.
Whimsy, I'll say, is at the front.
Whimsy jumps to the front. Denny, Graja, and Sangane pulling up the back.
Yeah.
9, as you emerge out, the light blinds you from the heat of the sun. And you hear the very distinct pulling of a bowstring.
Yeah, shit.
And
I just tell everybody stand back and I'm take this hit, I guess.
you hear a woman's voice saying, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Damn
Yeah,
it.
9's just gonna yell
Do
out.
I
He's like,
recognize the voice?
Wait a minute.
Make a perception or insight check.
God damn it.
This is gonna be fun. I have disadvantage on everything, so
Correct.
it's an 8.
You don't.
Do
You don't.
Do I have disadvantage? Am I fatigued too as well?
You're not fatigued, but you are behind the rest of the group. Like
No, I was
9
wondering because you
is-
said I looked equally wrecked. Do I have levels of exhaustion?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell
I
out,
just look
wait,
Great.
trying to save these people and just, yeah.
So you yell out, wait. Are you going to respond to her?
Asking for my name?
Yes.
No, basically, no, I'm just gonna stop. I'm trying to save these people.
You say, I'm trying to save these people.
Yeah.
She says,
Whimsy steps out in front and he's like, I'm Whimsy. You can call me Whimsy, and these are my friends. Like,
Whimsy,
don't
you
have many
feel arms wrap around you. And as your eyes kind of pick up and get used to the light, Viessa is there hugging you.
That's very uncharacteristic of her.
She says, thank God, I have been looking for you. I tracked you all here, but there was no sign of you or anything. I've been watching this cave for weeks. There is madness in the world. I'm glad that you have all, are you all there? She looks beyond you into the cave.
Jared comes out with a badass new robe.
It's real sparkly.
It
looking
is
fresh to death.
very sparkly.
Probably
And
not the most useful for a monk that's trying to sneak around because it is real sparkly, but you know, it's real pretty though.
she looks down at like your hip and thigh, Jart, and her eyes train on the dagger. She says, so that's where it wandered off to.
Shit.
Has it been useful?
Yeah, it has. And Sangane has been very useful too.
All right, well, then let's get out of here. I don't know if you're aware, there's Umber Hulks in there. They're quite ferocious.
Jared touches her like where the Umbra Hulk basically almost split her in half. It's like, yeah, we kind of survived them.
Mostly.
Where did you come? I have questions. We should go to a place of safety that is not this.
I'm
If
just gonna go up
you'll-
to Denny and be like, is she a friend or something?
It's complicated.
Just don't get too close, but yeah, she's all right. She's on the level. Don't worry about it.
Sangane's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, that sounds complicated.
Jared listening to all of this, like,
She's the one that pulled me from. I guess she's the first face I saw when I woke up on the river.
Oh, then I might have some questions for her.
She pulls you all, makes sure that everybody gets out of the cave. And she goes to a nearby tree, a beautiful oak. Its leaves starting to turn for the fall. And she takes a second, looks back at you quickly and says, everybody will need to be very quick. She moves her hand, says a few words, and the middle of this tree opens into like an almond-shaped portal almost. And beyond, those of you who had been to Viessa's home see her little glade, her chickens running around the yard. She says, very quickly now, we have 6 seconds.
Oh shit. 9 grabs the class, says fuck again. Okay. He just jumps in.
How many villagers are there?
There's 6 of you.
Then
There's six
get on the good
villagers,
foot.
6 people. 12
Um,
people altogether. 13
They're going to
with
be able to get
Viessa,
12 people through there in 6 seconds.
14 very
Run.
quickly.
Better
Put
go.
your
My hands on
Run.
the
Run.
gun, the villagers,
Fast
I'm
and start
behind,
pushing.
forward. Just hurt.
Yeah,
might
I think
be
Graja
before
like
these.
bellows. She's like,
Everybody go fast.
Graja like barbarian hugs everybody through this transport via trees and pulls everybody through. Rollers of
Back.
Fate and Legends of Alos, thank you for the raids as you've just come in.
Hey.
Our
Thank
favorite
you.
NPC has come to what she thinks is rescue this party and bring them back to her home. And as you all go with her, you find yourselves in a cool shaded place, a place of safety and of peacefulness. There is a large tree house. Nine, this is the first time you've been here. It's the first time for the villagers. There is a large shaded tree house. Viesa is fully elf, and she is hundreds of years old. Graying silver hair is woven into braids and freely hangs. Her lithe, thin form is shows you that she has quite the experience. She's an experienced adventurer, and there is a necklace that just hangs out as she jumps through the portal just behind the rest of you as it closes behind her. A necklace pops out with what is unmistakably several dragon teeth hanging from it. And she says, well, why don't you all begin by telling me what's been going on? I have been watching that cave for at least a couple of weeks. You did not go in there while I was watching, and I had scoped it out thoroughly. So what exactly happened?
What didn't happen? It's been a weird couple of weeks.
Whimsy pulls out the rod of security and just sort of holds it
Yeah.
out to her.
Click gone.
He just goes like this.
Dying. She clicked on that thing.
Your thumb kind of slips and clicks the button. Nothing happens. There is a 7-day rest period between when you can use this. I think 7 days. It might be 30 days. Actually, Whimsy, if you can check the details on that one.
I think it's 10, actually.
Is it 10? You click the button again, nothing happens. And she looks to the villagers and she says, as she's listening to your story, she says, so are all of you from Phandalin then? And you hear a couple of them say, oh, we're from Coneyberry. A couple are from Neverwinter. There's one that's a merchant from Waterdeep. They were from all over the Sword Coast. And they tell their story of being trapped in this pocket dimension for 6 weeks. And one of them, being a person of faith, was also cut off. She begins to tell you all that over the last few weeks, the coast and the larger world has been thrown into some levels of chaos as the divine elements have not been able to reach through the plane, and nobody has any ideas why. There is, she had heard that Phandalin had been, what's the word? People had left it, abandoned, while shortly within a few days of you guys leaving her house so many weeks ago. But she pauses for a second, and a couple of you who have more people skills notice her lips and her jaw tense. And she then tells you that what was left of the city was recently razed as a white dragon flew through and burned or iced what was left of the town. There have been increasing numbers of orc and goblin raids. There is a person, a man in a red, a dark crimson cape that is almost near whereby she found you. And he has been doing some pretty awful things with people that he was finding alive that are no longer alive. There is a banshee at the edge of the forest that is causing some havoc, and the ruins of Thunder Tree, which some of you would know as a city that has been abandoned for a very long while. And a couple of you notice the name Thunder Tree of the village, because the woman who you rescued from the jail under Trezendar Manor had told you that her family was from Thunder Tree. There is something that is warping the very nature of the earth itself and causing quite a stir there. And she kind of lays out this world that is in chaos and like tumultuous times over the course of the evening and into the next day. And you all have choices to make. It has been weeks. The trail may have run cold on the black spider and the wizard who you had chased. So I'm curious, what do you all want to do?
How long has all of this been going on?
She says, you left my home 8 weeks ago.
So when did all of this start?
About 2-ish weeks after you left. I assume that you made it to Phandalin within a few days. It was another few days after that, within a 10-day after that it all went to shit.
I think Graja can't, like, at some point in all of this, I think Graja, like, probably kind of says to herself, like,
Did we do this? Did we mess everything up?
She wraps her arm around you, concerned. She says, don't be silly, darling. This is well beyond. I mean, I would imagine that if you all had something to do with this would be well beyond. This is of the gods. This is not something that you could have done.
We wouldn't be here if we were like facing gods or something. But we kind of met the Raven. We kind of met the Raven Queen a few hours ago.
She looks deeply into you, trying to figure out how serious this is. You saw the Raven Queen herself. You saw a deity. This marks a turning point. This is good news. And she reaches for a journal and writes a few sentences of a scribble, turns the page, writes a few sentences of a scribble, and repeats this process about 15, maybe 20 times. As she turns the page rolls up like a scroll and disappears into kind of smoke and embers. And every page does that over and over as she is sending out messages to contacts and letting them know that maybe something has changed. At least the Raven Queen is back, and she seems while she seems glad to hear that you saw and had connection with the deity, not overly happy that it's the Raven Queen that was that connection.
Yes, what do you need us to do? We had a mission or some semblance of a mission, but if it's been 6 weeks or something like that, we can't take the next step we wanted to take right now.
Well, I suppose I would like to get these people to the settlement that we have started to shepherd all of the people of the tribe of Artail to. We're starting to assemble them in Leylon. It's the most easily preserved between Neverwinter and Waterdeep, who have both promised and pledged forces to secure it. They may find their families there. It's one of the only, other than the big cities, it's one of the only settlements that exist. It's where all of the refugees are gathering. I can take them there. There's many a path if you need to finish what you think you need to. Whimsy, you hear at this point a familiar howling as your wolves come into the clearing. And she looks down out of, I imagine you guys are up in her like treehouse area as she's talking to you. And she looks down and she says, yes, they came to me weeks ago. They're part of the reason I was able to track you to the cavern as it was. They've missed you, but I've tried to fatten them up a little bit. I hope you don't mind. I'll take the villages and I'll take them to Leylon, and I don't know. The world is in a mess. Pick a direction and meet back here when you need a place of safety. Please stay in touch. I will send you information as I gather it.
That would be most helpful.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing us here again.
She nods, and just, you see this as before. When you met her, there was just this assuredness. She knew the way the world worked. She had been around. Nothing was new. Nothing surprised her. There is a relief at seeing friends again, but there is an underlying tension that the world has shifted so severely, and that there is almost a helplessness. She is not as young as she once was. Her adventuring party is long since past. She pulls Jart aside at some point when there's a moment, and she says, so I can't say I'm not upset that you took the dagger, but it is very meaningful. I am willing to let the moon goddess herself direct its path if you can promise me that you were meant to have it.
Do I hear that at all?
You can make a perception check. She would absolutely be trying to not have this conversation in front of the rest of you. There is enough kind of insecurity in the world. She doesn't want you guys to know that she thinks Jart is a thief.
23.
Yeah, you see her take Jart aside and try to be.
Because I know what it's about. Let's be honest. If anybody knows what's going on, she's going to end up taking the fall for something I did. So I kind of slow my pace, let her into the thing, let her get into her topic. Viesa. It wasn't Jart, it was me. It was an impulse, that voice I mentioned. And during my hiding and my shame of holding the dagger secret, it called itself to Jart.
She looks to Jart to confirm this answer.
I nod and say, and without it, the villagers would probably not be here.
I see. Well, she keeps her eyes on Jart for a second, and she says, the previous owner was perhaps my best friend. And the heritage that she left behind And the deeds that she did were among the best that anybody has ever had in their time on this world. If the moon goddess has chosen you next, I expect great things out of you. And then she kind of turns just over her shoulder and looks at Sagane. She says, if you ever touch anything of mine again, your body will hang from beneath my porch.
He's learning. Slowly, he is learning. And without him, I wouldn't be here either.
Six weeks is a very interesting time frame for all of this to be happening. Because when
For what Danny and everyone else told me,
I was gone for 6 weeks.
You were all gone for 6 weeks.
No.
In the realm of security?
In the realm of security, we escaped there when Jart fell. We appeared in a pocket or a area of Whimsy's familial home, and when attempting to deliberate as to what we could possibly do to help Jart, Nine provided a diamond. I was holding the diamond. I made a look to, I guess, the heavens, the plea of something. And then my recollection is that I looked back down at the diamond and everything was fine, but everyone else says I disappeared and was gone for 6 weeks.
So you came back from the realm of security. What
Oh, yeah.
happened during that time? Like, you came back here during those 6 weeks?
No, I don't know where I was. I don't remember leaving the realm of security.
something weird.
But when I returned,
happened.
the Raven Queen was with me.
Interesting.
Things are a bit different for me now than they were before, and I offer up my hand.
She tentatively takes it, and
I just wait for her to realize that there's no pulse.
immediately feels the cold, and she grabs her
Dumps it
holy
off.
symbol. Yeah, that's right. She grabs her holy symbol and holding your hand, grabbing her holy symbol with the other hand. And you see, Jart, you see like a flash of lightning in her eyes as she calls out to her deity. And then you see her almost stumble backwards, because it is the first time in weeks that she has been able to feel a connection to Cord. And she drops your hands.
You're
And
welcome.
she says, well, I don't have answers for you.
I'm not looking for answers.
Good, because the gods are sometimes fickle. But if they are back truly, then maybe we can begin to right things again. This is good news. This is good news.
All we can do now is help. We had a lead, but it's probably long gone, and it's probably long behind the gates or whatever structure it's being built at Kragma Castle. And we can't just go in. There's probably 100 people or more in there. But the person that we were chasing and the people managing the orcs and the goblins were wearing crimson capes. and the man that 9 saw entering an orc and goblin camp that attacked us was wearing a crimson cape.
I did see a fellow of whom you describe not far from the cavern where I found you. He's at it was the do you still have the map? And she
Yeah.
pulls the map from whoever has it, rolls it open, and she starts to mark various places. She marks where the ruins of Thunder Tree are. She marks Agatha's lair, where the banshee is. She marks the old owl well, where the guy in the crimson cape is. I am going to mark these onto our map so that you can see them.
If I remember Thunder Tree, what happened in Thunder Tree?
You can make a history check.
I can't. I'm too tired.
Oh. You do
try.
remember hearing about Thunder Tree from the woman that you saved from the blacksmith's wife.
Oh yeah.
But you can't totally remember what she says.
Okay.
I remember that she told me under her floorboards is a treasure for me because I saved her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her telling me that there's a treasure for me because because you saved her.
And we left money. We left a full chest of money back in Phandalin too.
That's probably long gone.
Good thing I have a bunch.
There is nothing that is left in Phandalin. You're welcome
Also-
to see it for yourselves, but
What happened to? Is it a coincidence that you're wearing a necklace of very large teeth when you mentioned the dragon?
she looks down and like a slight blush covers her cheek, and she immediately plops it down under her leather armor.
Aha.
She says, "You know, we all had our youthful indiscretions."
Anything left in the lair?
She just kind of smiles and says, "Thinking about stealing from someone else this time."
I mean, it's not theft if no one owns it.
Somebody owns it. That's how they got it.
Is
It
Graja
should be returned to the
here?
rightful owners.
Graja definitely, like you guys are all in this area, and as she grabs this map and starts marking stuff, for sure Graja is overhearing all this.
Okay, and I think after just like taking a lot of this information in and what are we going to do and all these different places and things that are destroyed, I think Graja, after looking contemplative, her face kind of darkens and she kind of looks down for a moment and then looks up and she's like,
We have to kill Glassstaff.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we have to do. We
Yeah,
have
fuck
to
that guy.
finish what we started.
We have to finish our mission. We made a contract. We need to
And the Rock
find
Seekers.
Gundren. We need to find Gundren so we can get payment for the job that we completed.
Well,
He
technically,
owes us.
his brothers were gonna pay us, and his brothers disappeared from Phandalin. We don't know where they are.
I don't care about the gold or the silver. I want paid in
Right.
Glassstaff's blood.
And we don't know where Glassstaff is either.
I don't know. This red robed wizard is giving me some big staff made of glass vibes. I think we should maybe go check that guy out first.
Yeah.
He was big on the red. Red was kind of his theme color.
How about we take a couple nights rest? Wink, wink. 2 points of exhaustion.
I'm not saying we leave right now. I'm just saying.
And we could go to Owlwell and then visit Agatha and try to clear that path so people can move freely.
Wait, who's
to the
Agatha?
east.
Uh,
A banshee. And they're both east. They are both near the road. and a road a lot of people is going to need.
Yeah.
Viesa says, if you don't mind waiting a few days, I can take the villagers to Leylon tomorrow via the tree, and then I can come back the following day and I can take you there the next day. So 3 days, if you don't mind. I'd like to just get these villagers settled first.
How long would it take us to get to the Banshee?
About the same time if you want to walk it.
But then
There's a
anything
way for it
could.
to come back.
We can
And
rest,
Jart definitely needs the rest anyway.
Yeah.
and probably Sangane too.
Is there anything in between there and here that we were planning on doing, or at very least looking into?
So if you guys look on the map, where you guys are is the purple star with the V for Viesa. And then to the east, you see Wyvern Tor with an X. That's the cavern that you were at. The Old Owl Well is where she's telling you the crimson cloaked wizard is.
Yeah.
Agatha's lair is where she says the Banshee is. Coneyberry is one of the towns that has been destroyed along with Phandalin. Actually, I can show Phandalin too. And then also the ruins of Thunder Tree. There is some kind of nature-based madness happening there. And previously, she had marked where it says Cragmaw Castle. She had said that was a place that goblins had been gathering.
And we got that related to the Black Spider letters. It was mentioned in the Black Spider letters.
Correct.
That we found.
Old Owl. I mean, the Old Owl Well is on the way.
Yeah, so what do you think, Nine? We can get the Crimson Cape guy that was running with the orcs, and we can get a Banshee and there's people are gonna be moving, and we probably need to help them clear that road.
Yeah, it'd probably be in our best interest to take that course of action.
And I think upon hearing Nine respond to this, Graja's kind of looking at Nine, and she kind of narrows her eyes. It's not necessarily like malicious suspicion, but she's kind of like,
Wait a minute. So, are you on a journey to go do something, or, cause you weren't with us at the beginning of this job, what are you trying to do, out here adventuring? I mean, I know you're with us now, and you seem kind of okay to continue with us and helping us, but what do you want? What do you need to do?
I just need to render aid where it's needed.
We do need a lot of help.
Seems like you could use a little bit of help.
And also, Nine, remember that you had seen a red cloaked person come into and take villagers out of the cave. And so you're also looking for a red cloaked wizard, that they are also looking for a red cloaked wizard. Did you know?
Yeah, we have a common interest.
Yeah.
We have a common enemy.
And as far as I remember, when we were walking our way there, we passed very close to what I now think is that white dragon's lair. So if we can avoid walking that path again,
Yes.
I'd be very happy to not face a white dragon.
I think that's already been taken care of.
She she looks at you and Viesa looks at you and she says, where do you think the lair was?
And I will point kind of when we were walking, there was a moment where we felt that it was getting colder. And it was somewhere like around here or something like that. Or here when we were going towards Swiventor.
Yeah, it was close to the mountains. It was very close to the mountains.
Yeah. So like,
And she says, that is very interesting. We haven't been able to find the white dragon. We've been looking.
Oh,
We will.
I just assumed that the blush was because you actually dealt with it.
Not
If
that
hasn't
one.
dealt with it, then yeah, we're not going anywhere near that.
Some other ones, but not that one. I haven't faced a white one yet. I'm rather looking forward to it. Definitely let me know before you go and face off. I might be old, but my shot is still true. You see this like vibrancy come back in her eyes. This like, for a brief moment, this like young adventurer excitedness come back to her.
I feel we need to be able to kill more than 2 Umbra Hulks and survive to be able to face a white dragon.
You know, you might be right on that.
Might be right.
You're very wise.
All right, so old owl well then.
After a 3-day rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
And
take the
Graja-
next. Sorry, go ahead, Graja.
Graja does, like, as they're finalizing this plan here, she stands up and looks at Sangane, Whimsy, and Denny, and
She's like, okay, so we're gonna rest. Yeah, we need a little bit of time, but every day we're gonna do some drills. We're gonna do push-ups and we're gonna do running around, and so everybody's ready, and fighting training, and you guys, we gotta do it, okay?
I hear what you're saying, and I completely understand, but I
Push-up.
will not be doing any of that. I don't really like
Speaking-
getting sweaty. I will do some practicing with my rapier and my short sword, though, if you like.
Words
But I'm
don't-
not doing push-ups. I'm not a push-up sort of guy. It would ruin the lines of all of my dresses.
Those words don't really work in that combination. Drills for what?
Yeah, like,
Why would I, and sparks up a shocking grasp in his hand, why would I need a physical drill exactly?
because doesn't your body need to be strong just like your mind? I know you don't use your, you don't have a, it's not like me where you hit lots of stuff, but you still need to have endurance to run away and to, it's important.
And Graja sort of seems like very confused by this response that people would not want to like try to get into like fighting shape.
I bet you that you and I could run a 5-mile race, and only you would be gasping for breath.
Because you
money
have
willing to
some
bet on that?
magic thing that you can do. I don't have that, you know that.
No, you
Then
know
what's
what? You know
the
what,
problem?
Graja? You're right. You're right, Graja. We need to be in fighting tip-top shape for this. You're right.
What I
Just
think
for
I
you, I
know
would
where
do a
you're
pro
going
level.
with it, though. I think we need to do some practice, and I think we need to do some drills, but not in the physical sense. We need to learn each other's strengths and weaknesses and learn how to be an effective team, so that we don't trip all over
that's
each other and
basically
get
what I
beaten the hell out
mean.
of by Umbra Hulks.
Yes.
I
And
think the
Graja seems like satisfied for the most part.
I think the first instruction is that if my instinct says, let the trolls and the Umbra Hulks fight, we let them fight and we don't get involved.
Yeah.
Let them fight.
We can figure it out from there.
And that's all I had to contribute to the rest of the
9, you're in a particular position in this conversation because of all of the group. Maybe Graja has some experience, but you come from a military camp, and you, for better or for worse, have direct experience in
Yeah.
how to think like a tactician and utilize each other's strengths and things like exactly. Sarah just posted, let's get down to business in our personal chat. That's exactly what it is. You have that kind of ability to train and to help everybody gain that that connection to each other, that teamwork.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, Nine would, he'd try to give them a couple tips here and there, tell them what they're doing wrong and what could be improved. And like, I don't know, just given his experience and where he was, try to help them improve themselves in battle.
So we'll say that over the next couple days, as you all practice, as a group, you have gone through a process where you've started to learn how to stand to give flanking advantage and why that's important. You've started to figure out when one person goes down, who would be best to go and get them, and not relying on just one person's ability to heal, that any one of you have some utility to get in there and do some damage. For ways for Graja and Nine to take the majority of the hits and to really like soak up some of the tank ability as other people spread out. You start to practice and gain these skills and appreciation. Even Whimsy and Denny, who don't necessarily come from the most fighting style backgrounds, Sangani, who doesn't know what he comes from. Jart, you take them through like some morning meditation and like some Tai Chi and get them limber and understanding how to be in touch with each other and to check in. Graja, you get this ability that even when you are full on raging, that there is a part of your brain that can still be in tune with others, that you're not so completely mindless, although sometimes the reckless and the frenzy does still take over, that just a simple rage still lets you be somewhat in tune with those around you. Which is of great comfort because you nearly killed Whimsy before. So this is good growth.
I almost had forgot about that, but
I will not
digging in
let
that
you.
wound.
You are welcome.
Oh, look, that
and-
wound has salt in it.
Right. And so with that being said, as Viesa comes back 2 days later, and she explains to you all that the old owl well is what they call a watchtower. It used to be one of the old civilization. It was a watchtower and it's kind of crumbled at this point. But that she kind of lays out the terrain and tells you what to expect. That's where we're going to end because we're at that time anyway. I will say that you've all leveled up.
Ooh.
So yay for that.
He's
Woo!
level 6 now.
Some of you are
Yeah.
level 5, some of you are level 6. Because
Hell yeah.
we have something called Dig Deep, which allows our players in a moment of extreme need to level themselves up. And I think 3 or 4 of you have already
Half
used
of us
it.
did it already.
Yeah.
4 of the 6 of you have already used that. So
Not that
some
it's
of my
a dark
party is
side.
level 5, some of my party is level 6. And that's okay. That's okay. We'll go around because I know you guys are now going to be super into leveling up. So I'm going to go around and get you guys to introduce yourselves, say anything else that you've got coming up. I'll start with Nikki.
Hi everybody, Nikki here. I've played Denny, the Tiefling Bard. You can find me on Instagram at I'm Poppy Field. I don't really have too much going on because there's still a plague and I don't feel comfortable going to conventions yet, but eventually I'll get back to doing conventions. But in the meantime, Instagram, see you there.
Fantastic. Thank you. Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I play Whimsy, and I also am not going to conventions right now, but I'm focusing on TikTok and being a costumed idiot there instead. So
And her
that's mostly
TikToks
what
are
I'm doing.
awesome.
Really, the TikToks are amazing. Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean, play 9 the Human Paladin. You can catch me on here on Sundays, and then on Fridays I get to be an agent of Shield. Dame's Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. And then you can catch me acting foolish on most social medias.
I meant to ask as you guys were going, what are you taking your level in? Sean, what are you going to take your level in? Paladin?
Yeah, I think I'm going Paladin.
All right. All right. Nikki?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Bard.
Sticking straight through. Amanda?
Sticking with Warlock for now, because I feel like Oberyn would be tetchy if he only just embraced it only to
Yep. That's
not doing it
that's
anymore.
fair.
Good point.
That's fair. Mike, what are you going to take your level in, and tell us about yourself?
All right. Well, you can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram and TikTok, and CDN Cap America on Twitter, where I do mostly just D&D rants. And you can catch me as a player in this game on Sundays, with this fine group of people, 2 p.m. PST on Sundays. And I run my own 5th edition game with DM Sarah as my cleric on Tuesdays, 6 p.m. PST. It's a Greyhawk based campaign where the party has been split and they are literally like 2 dungeon levels away from each other. So it's kind of fun. Tune in what will happen, because 2 of the party has basically just skipped past all of the big stuff and landed in the BBEG. I can also be as part of the Saturday Vampire Takeover with Barbarian Sarah on Saturdays at 3 p.m. PST in the Delve into Darkness game, and where we're just about to crown a prince, maybe. And on occasion, I do guest appearances on other games like the Changeling game, which happens on Wednesdays. As for a level, I'm going to go with Cleric again, because I too feel like it would be a little bit of a bad taste to kind of shun the Raven Queen and say, actually, I'm going to do something else now.
Yep.
So
Fair. Yep.
I am now a 5th level cleric and actually can do Revivify.
Hey.
We just need diamond.
No one's going to die anymore.
Well, die, but not stay dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Naja.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I played Jorth, the Fire Genasi monk. I'm a professional cosmaker. You can find me as Najra Creations in most social media and my website and portfolio, which is najracreations.com. If you're planning to do any cosplay, LARP, Ren Fair kind of thing, I can help you out. And I still have a few Ren Fair corsets and Critical Role hoodies for sale. So shoot me a message if you're interested.
And what are you taking your level in?
Monk.
Another monk level. I love it.
I'm sticking with it.
I love it. Sarah.
Hey, my name's Sarah. I played Graja. You can find me on Twitter at MCDiabetes. As Mike said, you can also find me here on Vancouver by Night as part of the Saturday Vampire Takeover, and I am the person that will be crowned. As long as the storyteller lets me have it. So tune in.
Steve.
That's what
Yes,
she
Steve. Yeah. So please join us. It would mean a lot to me. Next Saturday at that's at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Eastern folks like me. And we'll see what happens as we declare Elysium in our Vampire the Masquerade and game, and I, or my character, declares Praxis to be Prince of Vancouver, Canada. So we'll see there. I'm a creative partner at Martlet Games. We have quite a few things in production. I'm going to be in the storyteller seat more than once. I have a special guest spot coming up this Thursday I don't actually know how much I am permitted to say, so pop over to Martlet on Thursday. I believe at 9:30 Eastern, you'll see me in a guest spot in a vampire game there, which is very cool. Other than that, just follow Martlet Games, follow Vancouver by Night, and me, MC Diabetes on Twitter. And oh yeah, that's it for me.
I am Sarah, and you can catch me here Sundays DMing. You can catch me Tuesdays playing in Mike's game. Thursday nights, actually, Sarah has two things that she has to do on Thursday because Thursday Sarah's going
fine.
to come be a ghost.
They
No, a guest,
yes.
not a ghost. I'm
Ghost.
thinking of killing people already. A guest in
Yes.
my show Community
Yeah.
Cleric, where we uplift women in gaming. You can catch that on my channel.
It's
Najra
amazing.
was my first guest a couple weeks ago. You can go watch her episode on the YouTubes. It was so good. And we'll be back next week to see about the wizard in the red cape. So I'm looking forward to that. Sarah, who are we raiding?
Today we are going to raid the compound. Thank you for all the myriad raids today. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate that. So we're going to continue to spread the love at the compound. I believe they're probably playing some D&D also. So please stick around. Click on their channel name or refresh your browser so your account goes toward their viewer count. Give them some support and spread the love. Thank you.
We will see you all next week. And thanks for coming by. See you next week.
Bye.